Time for our latest transfer racer on ESPN FC. Craig Burley joining me. Let's start with Jadon Sancho to Manchester United.
Is this the daily Jadon Sancho or the weekly, or has it got to a monthly Jadon? No, I think it's at least daily. I think. Look, one of the most exciting talents in European football. I think he's at a great club for learning where he is at Borussia Dortmund. It's been a great breeding ground for a lot of kids, and they get lots of game time. But I believe through colleagues that he wants out. It's whether, if Man United come up with the money, Kay, I think they can make that happen, and he will be at Old Trafford.
All right, next up, Edinson Cavani to any club in the Premier League.
No, I don't. I think on a free transfer, he's going to be a great short-term signing for somebody. But this sort of love in with the Premier League when there's other clubs in other countries, other big clubs, and he's already been, I think, in Spain and Italy. Whether he wants, if it comes to the Premier League, it has to be the right club. So Chelsea are not looking for a striker, I don't believe. Arsenal are not at the moment with Aubameyang and Lacazette. Tottenham are not with Harry Kane. Don't see it happening at Man United because they're going down a different route. Liverpool we've discussed, and Man City have Aguero. So there's not really a lot of openings with the top clubs, and for that reason, I'm going to say he's probably going to go to one of the other big teams somewhere else in Europe.
Okay, next up, it's Willian to stay longer at Chelsea. So he's renewed until the end of this season, that short-term deal, but he wants something more longer term. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like him. I've always liked him, but I think Chelsea are so reluctant to give long-term contracts now to players in their 30s. It's been a strategy for quite a while. Allied to that, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount, Werner coming in who can play wide, and others. They've got lots of players in that position. I think Lampard would like to keep him, but I think the length of the contract might see him and Pedro exit when the season finishes.
All right, next up, it's Alexis Sanchez to actually stay on at Manchester United. They say that he's trying to make sure that he gets a permanent deal to Inter, but could Manchester United perhaps be looking at bringing him back to using in a swap deal to get a player that they do want?
Yeah, I think that's the only way I could see him being at United for a short term, is if they use him as a tool to try and get another player in. But then his wages become such an issue. For example, if you offered him to Borussia Dortmund in a part exchange for Sancho plus money, Dortmund are not going to pay his salary because it's astronomical. So his salary is a big thorn in Man United's side. I believe Solskjaer does not want him back at the club full time. He doesn't want to go back there either, I don't believe. But I could see him being loaned out again next year with Man United having to eat a big portion of his salary. I could see that being a scenario.
Okay, lastly, it's Justin Kluivert to come in to the Premier League, to Arsenal.
Yeah, an exciting youngster, young winger, young frontman. I don't know is the answer to this one. Who knows what's going on at Arsenal with their signings and their strategy. Mikel Arteta's under pressure already. They've had a horrendous restart after the pandemic. They got thrashed at Man City. They lost to Brighton. They've got a soft sell about them. They've got plenty of good youngsters, actually. It's whether Mikel Arteta feels the need to go for a little bit more experience and quality. I can't see that one happening at the moment. And I don't see Arsenal spending big either. Stan Kroenke, the owner, is running a very tight ship, much to the anger of the Arsenal fans. They're not competing with the big boys at the moment on the field and off it, and I don't see young Kluivert being part of the Arsenal squad over the next 12 months.
Yeah, definitely a strange transfer window ahead. We'll have to see what happens going forward.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.